Audience, please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the playing of the national anthem. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, and welcome to the Blue Ridge Class of 2026 graduation ceremony. First, I'd like to recognize our school board for their continued support of our district. Thank you as well to our administration, faculty, staff, and maintenance department for all the work that went into preparing today's celebration. Class of 2026, thank you for allowing me to be part of your special day. While today is about you, it is also a special day for the parents, guardians, grandparents, family members, and friends who have supported you throughout your journey. Their sacrifices, encouragement, and love helped bring you to this moment. Class of 2026, please join me in thanking your families with a round of applause. As I prepared for today's ceremony, I realized this class holds a special place in my journey as an educator. The members of the class of 2026 were first graders when I became superintendent here at Blue Ridge, but our connection goes back even further. Before becoming superintendent, I served as your elementary principal, and many of you were students I welcomed into pre-K and kindergarten. The last time many of you looked up at me, I was handing you a kindergarten certificate. Tonight, I have the privilege of watching you receive your high school diploma. Watching this class grow over the years has been one of the many rewards of serving this community. As I think about your journey, I also think about the world you're entering. Technology has changed dramatically since I, as well as many others in this room today, graduated from high school. Today, information is available instantly, and artificial intelligence can do things we never imagined possible. But no matter what, as technology changes, one thing remains: character matters. Technology can provide information, but it cannot provide integrity, it cannot provide values, and it cannot decide what is right. That responsibility belongs to all of you. As you leave Blue Ridge, remember that your greatest strength will be not what you know, it'll be who you are. Your honesty, your work ethic, your resilience, your compassion, and your willingness to help others. More than a decade ago, I shared a message with one of my first graduating classes as superintendent. And that was, remember where you came from, stay true to who you are, and whenever possible, be a giver rather than a taker. 12 years later, I believe this message is more important than ever. Class of 2026, be proud of your roots, embrace the opportunities ahead of you, and never underestimate the impact you can have on others. We are proud of what you've accomplished, we believe in your future, and we look forward to seeing what comes next. Congratulations, Class of 2026. At this time, I'd like to introduce Nicholas Marvin, our 2026 class president, and Ava Slocum, the incoming 2027 class president, to conduct the presentation of the mantle ceremony.
As your class follows ours into the senior year, you must seek truth, which leads to the understanding you need for a useful life. Be loyal to your class, your school, and your community. The return of your loyalty will surely enrich your life. Be responsible for your own actions so that those younger may see your example and be themselves influenced towards responsibility. Above all, practice service towards your family, community, school, and church. It is through service that we reach towards the highest ideals of humanity. We freely offer this mantle to you with the hope that you will accept the change that goes with it. Charge.
I am accepting this mantle on behalf of all the members of my class. In doing so, I understand that the charge you have given us is a very exacting one. It is my hope that I will be able to pass on to the succeeding class knowledge that we have lived up to the obligations which it represents. On behalf of my class, I offer congratulations to your class with a hope of happy and successful lives for all of you.
At this time, Jocelyn will give the salutatorian address.
Good evening, family, friends, and faculty. I would like to start off with a congratulations to Blue Ridge's 2026 valedictorian, Addison Welch. Having shared classes with you since elementary school, I can confidently say that it comes as no surprise to me that you're valedictorian, and I'm sure anyone else who's known her as long can share the same sentiment. I've witnessed the sheer amount of effort you put into everything you do, and I have no doubt you will go on to be incredible in whatever you choose to do. As I wrote this speech less than a week ago, because I've spent my whole high school career procrastinating, why stop now, I found myself overwhelmed with the many different directions I could take this. I tried watching other salutatorian speeches and asking my friends and family for ideas, but nothing seemed to really help. But that was when it occurred to me. This is what the rest of our lives are going to be like. No matter what, we're going to have to make choice after choice. The decision that lay before us will have countless different approaches, and we're going to have to pick. That thought alone is enough to paralyze me with fear almost daily. I won't stand up here and act like I'm at all put together or confident or resolute. And furthermore, if I'm being honest, I'm terrified of graduating. I'm terrified of stepping off the stage and knowing that a massive world is out there awaiting me and my fellow classmates. I'm terrified of having to make choices that at a certain point I won't be able to go back on. Listening to me, you're probably wondering why I'm giving such a negative and depressing speech for graduation. And I know that sounds like, I know that's what this sounds like, but that's not the point I'm trying to make. I want to be truthful in how I feel, because if there's just one person in my graduating class that feels the same, I want them to know that they aren't alone in that feeling. The thing is, when you're scared, you have the greatest opportunity that those who are fearless don't get, and that's the opportunity to be brave. You cannot be brave if you don't fear the thing you're facing. Bravery isn't standing up and having courage without fear. It's the acknowledgement and assessment of that fear, overcoming it. No one has ever gotten applause for shying away and ignoring the things that make them uneasy. Now, this speech wouldn't really feel like me if I didn't shoehorn in at least one nerdy reference. Recently, I watched the movie Project Hail Mary, and if you're among my friends and family, you definitely know how much this movie impacted me. To put it short, so I don't talk anyone's ear off, this movie is about a man, Ryland Grace, who because of certain circumstances, is sent into space to figure out how to stop the sun from dimming, and consequently the death of a lot of humanity. Early on in the movie, Grace speaks to one of the men who was originally supposed to go on this mission, and I'd like to share that conversation as I feel it carries a lot of weight in the point I'm trying to make. Grace tells the man, "Commander Yao, I really appreciate what you all are doing." Yao tells him, "I mean, you would do the same," to which Grace says, "I would choose just not to go at all. I don't have the bravery gene that you all have." Yao finally responds, "Trust me, it's not a gene, you just need to find someone to be brave for." It's important to me that when you hear these quotes, you know that when put in Yao's position, Ryland Grace did in fact step up to the challenge despite how much it scared him. Bravery isn't something you just have. You aren't born with it. It's a deliberate decision made constantly. And today, I want to make the decision to be brave for all the people who have gotten me here, as I hope the peers I'm graduating with will do too. my teachers, grandparents, mother, father, and deeply cherished friends, as I speak now, I speak to you. I wouldn't have come half as far as I have without your unending support. I don't think I could ever manage to string together a thank you that properly encompasses my appreciation, but just know that I do appreciate you. Class of 2026, as I finally end this speech, which I know is a relief, I ask that you listen for one moment longer. I have known many of you since elementary school, some of you not as long, but our relationships are no less meaningful and important to me. As I've learned alongside you, I've seen how incredibly talented and intelligent you all are. If you are not fearless and your worries tend to feel too big, as mine often do for myself, I know that each and every one of you are capable of making the choice to be brave. I wish you all luck in the journeys you'll go on. Please welcome Addison Welch, class valedictorian.
Good evening, families, friends, teachers, staff, and my fellow graduates. I would like to first thank Jocelyn for her kind words. This is definitely going to be a hard act to follow, but here goes nothing. Today, everyone on the stage has two things in common. We have now all completed 4 years of high school, and throughout those 4 years, we have all changed. We have faced challenges that shaped us into the people we are today. High school isn't an easy path, but we have officially made it. For many of us, this is not our first graduation together. We've had the honor of seeing each other graduate 8th grade, 5th grade, and even kindergarten. Back when the stage was almost as tall as we were, and our caps all had a slight tilt from all the bouncing, waving, and excitement we couldn't contain. Now we stand on that same stage in our caps and gowns yet again, but with hopefully a little more maturity, mostly anyhow, and the same amount of excitement as before. At the time, we had no idea that the classmates sitting beside us would become some of the people who would shape our lives for the next 13 years. I'll never forget standing at senior bonfire, surrounded by the faces I once raced across the playground against. Except now, instead of playground races, there are crabs racing past our feet. Throughout this time together, we have seen each other grow up, face challenges, overcome them in stride. We have survived lockdowns, AB schedules, and quarantines. Classes that we took over teaching when the teachers got kicked out due to their internet dropping. Yet despite the setbacks, we still supported each other to learn. From school being shut down after our 6th grade dance to online scavenger hunts, we had a very unique middle school experience. We have always been a class driven by determination and a desire to excel. From races on the playgrounds, trying to win field days every year, and winning the spirit stick at pep rallies. We always had the desire to be the best at what we attempted. We didn't just take part, we made a lasting impression. We had some of the largest AP classes, students graduating with associate degrees before their high school diplomas, and SCCTC graduates ready to step directly into careers. This class never aimed low. As a class, we are highly involved in sports, clubs, and extracurricular activities. From recycling schedules to loud volleyball games, we were never sitting still. The community, lessons, and resilience built from all these experiences are only the building blocks of the amazing things we are all going to accomplish in the future. But before we take off into our future, we must first look back on the past. On behalf of the class of 2026, I would like to thank all the teachers, guardians, families, friends, staff, and administrators for always being there and supporting us in all of our endeavors. As we leave this place, we may no longer share the same classrooms, schedules, or hallways, but we will always share the same experiences that brought us here, like cheetah print haircuts, mock car crashes, weddings in the parking lots, and stacks of Vaquero's pink, yellow, and blue paper that is forever imprinted into our memory. The future is uncertain, but if the last 13 years have taught us anything, it is that we are capable of achieving more than we ever thought possible. The coursework is over, and the next stage of our lives are all just beginning, whether that be college, the workforce, or military. The caps may fit better now, but the excitement is still the same. The difference is, this time, we know what we're capable of. Class of 2026, be proud of what you have accomplished, grateful for those who have helped you get here, and excited for everything that lies ahead. Congratulations, and thank you. At this time, I would like to welcome Mrs. Katie Bailey, BR English Department Chair, to deliver this year's message to the graduates.
Good Good evening. You all look really good. I figured someone would be missing to get a last-minute haircut, especially since I was talking, but I'm glad you all made it. To begin, I want to take the audience on a little trip so you understand where most of our message is coming from tonight. I want you to imagine yourself taking a beautiful Sunday drive in your favorite car with your favorite person, whoever that is. The sun is shining through the windows. You can feel the heat on your face. There's a slight breeze blowing through the rolled down windows, and your go-to song, whatever that is on the radio. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, your passenger reaches over, grabs the wheel, and the car takes a hard left turn down a dark, damp dirt road. You never expected it, although now you're faced with this unknown destination. This is what we like to call a left turn. Thanks to a special friend, 3 years ago, the Blue Ridge original idiom was born. I used this same visualization to explain to him the feeling I had inside every time a comment was made. This friend shall remain nameless. It caught on quickly, even using the warning, "Your turn signal is on," to forewarn when we were getting close. It wasn't just him. There's many other friends that left turned a time or two. As the year progressed, it became a well-known phrase and a famous nickname. The following year, it became a successful podcast titled Our Left Turn. And this year, an award including a trophy in public speaking. Class, we've had a lot of laughs surrounding the left turn over the last 3 years. A lesson I have learned from all of you is that words change meaning fast. I can't even imagine the amount of vocabulary that I've had to relearn just this year. I even had to delete a word out of this speech, so I didn't get a reaction when I said it. Brendan and Matt, you know what I'm talking about. So tonight, I will take your lead and talk about the left turn in a new way, in a more adult way. There are 2 types of left turns in life: the ones we choose and the ones that choose us. The first, the ones we choose. Alex, oh, wait, I wasn't supposed to say your name. We are not that different, friend. Apparently, while reflecting on the off-the-wall comments in the book, most recently about Hamilton and Chick-fil-A sauce, I somehow think I'm your person in my own friend group. It was recently implied that some friends and I are too old and embarrassing for a bachelorette party. Can you believe that? They don't want me there. You just wait to see the left turn that we bring at the wedding and our old lady party. If you can believe it, your learning friend, KB, had a few left turns in high school of her own, and quite a few more moments where her tune signal blinked rapidly. I may have snuck out a time or two, or enjoyed the nature of an open field on a sunny Saturday night. Luckily, there were people in my life that helped me readjust my wheel and get back on steady ground. This is my first advice to you. Find people that matter in your life. When my turn signal was on, I had a teacher, Mrs. Gilboy. Some of you may know her. She very quickly made me aware. She mentored me from middle school to graduation, later becoming my colleague, and she made it explicitly clear when I was not making a good choice. And she demonstrated for me what a powerful voice was. For me, it was a teacher. For you, it could be a teacher, but it could be a parent, a friend, a stranger that you meet in the future. But hold on to those people, because no matter how much we want to think the left turn is Alex independent, it's not. We all will make bad choices in life that take us down a dark road. And we all need those people to get us back. Don't let a left turn be the thing that brings downfall, especially by being too proud to ask for help or listening to the help that is given. The second are the left turns that choose us. I'd like to share a personal experience with you. 21 years ago, I graduated college, had plans to move to North Carolina, start a new life, and embark on a new career. I thought I had it figured out. I moved there with the person I was in a long-time relationship with. I bought a home. I created a life. And all of a sudden, one day I returned from work and found this person loading their car with all their belongings. I was alone in a city with very few friends. I decided to move home and restart because I couldn't run and I couldn't hide. Again, people were in my life to be my sounding board and my calm. But you know what else I found through that experience that I was missing? Addison, you know it. Fun. I worked, I cleaned, I grocery shopped, I did adult things, but I didn't have fun. This is my second piece of advice to you. Whatever you do in life, find fun. Some of you know, as we've talked about this all year long. Since this life event, I reconnected with friends, made some amazing new ones, you guys know who they are, and figured out who I truly am. I'm sure our definition of fun is very different, and that's okay, but I have learned to make the best of life. That may mean dressing up as a flapper at prom, making a fool of myself in front of my students, painting on a fresh coat of pink paint, or playing a game of Yahtzee, although it drives everyone crazy. But find the things that bring enjoyment. Remember those effects of those left turns we all heard? Laughter. Find the laughter in the tough moments. 20 years ago, God put my turn signal on, he grabbed my wheel, and he took a dark turn down a windy road to place me in this moment for a purpose. Without that left turn, I would not be your teacher. I would not have met my husband, not had my children, and I would not have met or reconnected with the most amazing women on this earth. I will tell you this to implore you to realize that left turns will happen. Life will not disappoint, and it does not discriminate. I'm not here to sugarcoat or be touchy-feely. You know that's not my style. I prefer to say it like it is. Because no matter how smart you are or how much money you have, left turns come. For me, it was a phone call from my mom saying it's cancer, a visit to a doctor and admitting my son to the hospital at 3 weeks old, a text saying dad is bad, the ambulance is coming, a text from a best friend saying mom has cancer, and attending multiple student funerals, to say a few. These things will find you. Many of you, they already have. In those moments, what will you do? Find a way forward or choose a left turn? I encourage you to find your voice, find your friends, and find fun. If that doesn't work, as the sign says in my room, grab a coffee, put on some gangster rap, and handle it. I'm not ashamed. Biggie and Tupac have saved me on more occasions than I can count, specifically driving into graduation. 38 years ago, Mrs. Webster and I met as we started kindergarten here at Blue Ridge. 25 years ago, we sat on this stage where you are together as graduates. Today, we sit as colleagues and even better friends to celebrate with you. Life has taken turns for us, and it will for you. Today will be the last time we talk to some of you. We know we've done this a time or two. Your road will be plentiful, and it will lead you to amazing places. Take what you have learned here about your life and use it to steady your wheel and adjust as life takes a turn. If you need anything, you can always find us at the Ridge. We will be here because my ride or die over here are only halfway through our voyage, and we have more work to do. From the bottom of my heart, I congratulate you. You have forever made an imprint on me. No other class has ever loved Jay Gatsby as much as me, and I don't think another class has ever had more entries in the book. I still can't believe you gave me the last word. Drive safe through life because it will get bumpy. Normally, I would mic drop on a quote from a strong woman, but I'll left turn and quote the late, great Biggie. My go-to song, Juicy, has been there for me more times than I count, and it still is. The line hangs in my classroom. It states, you know who you are. Don't let them hold you down. Reach for the stars. And if you don't know, now you know. Congratulations. I love you all. Please welcome Ms. Jessica Ray, School Board President, for her remarks.
Good evening, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak at our graduation ceremony. The building and grounds look amazing, and the pride I have seen from your family, friends, teachers, and community just make you all look spectacular. I'm lucky enough to take just a moment of your time to wish you all the joyous moments in your upcoming future and tell you how proud your community is of all of your accomplishments. I want to take a brief moment to talk about the big moments and moving on. Oftentimes, when you are in a school such as ours, surrounded by a supportive community, going out into the world can be a little scary. Being out in the real world for several years on my own since my walk across this stage, I can tell you that everything you have learned here, everything that you may have questioned with, when am I going to use this? Well, you actually do. Sometimes it is found when we're working with partners, managing difficult situations, celebrating achievements such as passing higher level certificates for your local fire company, or hitting those deadlines for work, school, and home, even if it is just by a minute or two before it's due. Those moments that you have already achieved, while they are big moments, they aren't the highest you will ever go. You have been able to achieve pivotal moments, but not pinnacle moments. What does that mean? That means the moments you have already rocked, you are only going to get better. You will have new big moments, pivotal moments as you graduate and go into the workforce, military service, higher education, and more. These moments are always there for you to learn and grow. These teachable moments throughout your life bring you right back to these moments spent here at Blue Ridge. Sahil Bloom, who wrote a transformative guide to design your dream life, said, "Close your eyes and imagine your ideal day at 80 years old. Vividly imagine it. What are you doing? Who are you with? Where are you? How do you feel?" The exercise forces you to begin with your ideal future end in mind. It establishes a personal definition of a successful life that can be used to reverse engineer the actions in the present to achieve that desired end. You have been practicing this philosophy all your educational life. How do you get here to this big moment since kindergarten? How do you achieve your dreams? Dreams so big, so glorious, so new that they are often created in these moments of now for later. So close your eyes, graduates, and see what your future dreams can look like, and know standing behind you is a community that will continue to offer support and love. Remember to be you. Be authentically yourself in all things. Be happy. Be present. Take the time to really look at someone when speaking to them, to stop and take a big breath in those big and small moments, to remember this moment that started it all. We are so proud of you and can't wait to be a part of your next big moments. At this time, our graduates will be presented with their diplomas. Congratulations and thank you.
Nicholas A. Marvin. Riley J. Phillips. Michael P. Rosa. Madison Mary Gaylord. Kylie Lynn Barber. Landon J. Bishop. Matthew Selden Carey. Jocelyn E. McGill. Addison Marie Welsh. Parker Cohen Glasgow. Tyler D. Carpenter. Bryce Logan Conklin. Vanessa Madeline France. Troy Edward Erie. Gwendolyn Steck. Olivia Lynn Folk. Alexis Buchanan. William Mark Hobart. Emily L. Gorham. Sarah J. Gorham. Caitlin Mary Scott. Natalie N. Bailey. Layla Rain Sinnott. Rhea E. Marvin. Delaney Noel Tench. Scarlett Mary Ann Osterhout. Octavia Ariel Carpenter. Taylor Nicole Dibble. Claire Audrey Cheslock. Haley Marie Wooster. Olivia Nicole Seaman. Jason E. Luce III. Evelyn Jean Noonan. Journey Faith Wojciechowski. Jacob Scott Greelock. Caleb Stevens Hinckley. Brendan A. Marvin. Darian Jade Aaliyah Parks. Cricket J. Rogers. Brianna Madison Guerin. Reese Emily Sauer. Lauren Ross. Kelby Elizabeth Lankford. Victoria Ross. Caden Mackenzie France. Nolan Robert Ganade. Alex John Hansen. Olivia A. Williams. Olivia Arlene Perry. Taryn Marie Briggs. Matthew H. Loby. Camille Mackenzie Cologne. Mackenzie Marine Slater. Nevea Tierra Nelson. Sophia Ray McElway. Abigail Irene Bednarchik. Madeline Jane Cordson. Alina Carvin. Sophia Karina Lane. Bailey Kanopic. Jaylee Miller. Erin Paige Conroy. Andrew Joseph Stallings. Michael A. Smith. Joseph Bruno. Caden Michael Generelli. Taylor Lee Charles Allard. Naquan Stafford. Alex V. Rudock. Tayton Sepulveda. Corey J. Shaw. Matthew D. Branham. Nadir Mohammed Al-Riyami. Roran Percario. Joshua John Depew. Nathaniel James Custodio. Gavin Monroe Parker. Hunter R. Ellis.
Almost done.
Good evening, graduates, families, faculty, staff, board members, and community members. Before we conclude tonight's ceremony, I'd like to leave the class of 2026 with one final thought. Throughout this year, I've spent a lot of time thinking about a word that keeps showing up in successful people, successful teams, and successful lives, and that word is commitment. Not motivation, not talent, not luck, but commitment. This spring, our own scholar athletes had the opportunity to hear former Penn State football player and motivational speaker Lee Rubin at their award ceremony. One of the things he said stuck with me was, today's responsibility, open tomorrow's opportunities. Think about that for a moment. The opportunities you will have tomorrow are often created by the responsibilities you choose to take seriously today. The truth is that commitment isn't one grand gesture, it's not one championship, it's not one degree, not one promotion or one life-changing moment. It's the small things. It's showing up when nobody's watching. This year, Tyler Carpenter decided he wanted to do something extra. He organized a mini-thon event to raise money for pediatric cancer through Penn State's Thon Foundation. Along the way, Tyler learned something important. It's not always easy to get people to show up. It's not always easy to convince others to support an idea you believe in. But commitment means continuing anyway. Because he stayed committed to his goal, Tyler and those who supported him were able to donate $1,000 to support children and families battling pediatric cancer. Tyler, thank you for making a difference in the lives of others and for reminding us that leadership isn't always about being the loudest person in the room. Sometimes it's about seeing a need, stepping forward, and doing something about it. It's doing the extra assignment. It's attending practice when you're tired. It's studying when your friends are out. Addison Welch and Jocelyn McGill understand that better than anyone. What makes their accomplishments even more impressive is that they didn't spend the last 4 years locked away from the rest of the world. They were involved in athletics, activities, clubs, and countless events throughout their time at Blue Ridge. They found a way to balance academics, extracurricular activities, friendships, and family commitments while continuing to pursue excellence in the classroom. Their success wasn't built in a single semester or during their senior year. It was built one assignment, one test, one project, and one decision at a time. That's what commitment looks like. It's choosing character when shortcuts seem easier. Our VNM Club embodies that idea every day. Their mission is simple but powerful, making sure everyone feels welcome, included, and valued. Last night, when we recognized VNM Club members, one name was accidentally left off the list, and I want to correct that tonight. Scarlett Osterhout. Scarlett was voted our prom queen for a reason, not because of the title, not because of a crown, but because she consistently demonstrates kindness, compassion, and the ability to make others feel valued. She understands that sometimes the most important thing you can do for another person is help them feel seen, accepted, and comfortable being themselves. Scarlett, your name deserves to be mentioned alongside the other members of Avidum because you embody exactly what the organization stands for. Thank you for reminding us that character isn't measured by awards, grades, or accomplishments. It's measured by how we treat people. Lee Rubin also pointed out that the little things take no talent. And yet those little things are often what separate people who wonder, what if, from people who look back knowing they gave their best effort. You don't want to spend your life asking, what if I had tried? What if I had taken the chance? What if I had committed? Whatever your heart tells you is right, commit to it and own it. The truth is that none of us are defined by where we start. We are defined by the choices we make, the people we surround ourselves with, and the commitment we show when things become difficult. Your future won't be determined where you're from. It will be determined by how you respond to the opportunities, how you handle adversity, and whether you're willing to keep showing up when things don't go as planned. And becoming the person you're meant to be requires commitment. This class has shown that commitment in many ways. We've celebrated outstanding scholars and athletes like Addison, our Scholar of the Year and female scholar athlete, along with Parker, our male scholar athlete. We've watched Landon Bishop set a season record from beyond the three-point line. We've seen our softball team defeat Elk Lake for the first time in 7 years, and on the same night, our boys volleyball team, led by the senior boys, battled through an intense 5-game victory over Abington Heights. It was a real great night. We celebrated National Honor Society students who impressed us not only with their academic accomplishments, but with their confidence, leadership, and public speaking abilities as they shared their future plans and aspirations. Tyler, Camille, Roran, Victoria, and others we've watched you shine on stage, performing in band and choral concerts, the amazing plays and musical productions from the theater department. Madison, Mackenzie, Octavia, Cricket, Hunter, and others. We've celebrated your artwork adorning the lobby of Blue Ridge, the slanted art shows, the countless ribbons you've earned at the Hartford Fair Schoolhouse. Parents, you know you're going to miss searching for those ribbons no matter how old your child is. And this senior class had some unique opportunities thanks to Mrs. Bailey. You toured the cafeteria kitchen, you worked alongside our cafeteria staff to create a week-long menu, and even helped a famous new burger, right? You served that to our students. The truth is, you were fortunate to have a teacher like Mrs. Bailey and many others at Blue Ridge who constantly look for ways to make learning come alive and create experiences you'll remember long after you've forgotten the assignment. In fact, during the last week of school, Mrs. Bailey challenged students to step outside their comfort zones by getting people to share advice and even dancing with members of the Blue Ridge community. Alex, Michael, Mooch, and Landon, thank you for choosing me. We will never forget the lawnmower dance moves shared in the office that day. Sometimes we take education for granted because it's always been available to us, and that's why I have to recognize Nadir. Nadir arrived at Blue Ridge at the beginning of his junior year. He may not have been a Raider, he may have only been a Raider for 2 short years. He may not have had all the elementary school pictures, middle school memories, and lifelong friends that many of his classmates at Blue Ridge share. But at 19 years old, he had a goal, and he wanted a high school diploma. And every day he showed up on time, he worked hard, and he stayed committed to his goal. And tonight that commitment has paid off. Nadir, we could not be prouder of you. Thank you for reminding all of us not to take our opportunities for granted. I sincerely hope one day that you achieve your dream of owning your own business. One of the things that makes me most proud of this class is that you understand there is more than one path to success. This year, 22 of our seniors attended the Susquehanna Career Technology Center full-time. And while we're talking about these students, I want to recognize someone who we accidentally missed during honors night last night. Erin Conroy attended VOTEC for cosmetology. Erin faced adversity this year, and it would have been easy to take a different path. Instead, she stayed committed, she finished what she started, and continued working toward her goals. Erin, I am proud of you for persevering and finishing your senior year strong. Your determination is something worth recognizing and celebrating tonight. 52 members of this graduating class plan to attend college next year. And I have to give a special shout out to the 6 of you heading to Penn State. As a fellow Penn State alum, I couldn't be prouder. For all of our college-bound students, I want to offer one piece of advice: slow down. Enjoy some of the best years of your life. The degree you'll earn is important, but some of the most valuable things you'll take away from college won't be found in a classroom. They'll come from the people you meet, the relationships you build, the challenges you overcome, and the memories you create along the way. 24 of you are headed directly into the workforce, with many coming from SCCTC or our outstanding cooperative ed program under the guidance of Mrs. Ladding. In fact, 12 of these seniors left early every day to participate in cooperative education and enter the workforce while still in high school. They gained real-world experience, developed valuable skills, and learned what it means to be a dependable employee and professional. These programs are incredible, and after conversations with many of these students throughout the year, I couldn't be prouder of the paths they've chosen. Layla was already traveling across multiple states for work opportunities while she was still in high school. Alex Rudock may have missed the senior trip, but I think receiving a welder from his family to launch his career was a pretty good trade-off. And if you saw the smile on his face when he told us about it, you knew exactly how proud and excited he was for what comes next. That's what commitment looks like. These students didn't wait until graduation to begin building their futures. They gained real-world experience, developed valuable skills, and entered the workforce with a head start on their careers. Whether your next step is college, trade school, military service, apprenticeship, a career, every path requires commitment. From the very first day of the senior parking spots, this class made sure to make its mark on the community. I still hear we owe New Milford Hardware a good mopping for that spilled bucket of paint. I think it was pink, maybe? But that's what I'll remember about this class, not just the accomplishments. The personality, the energy, the stories, the moments. Corey Shaw greeting me at SCCTC with a greeting I won't repeat after I surprised our students there one day during lunch. Some of you know exactly what he said. That's all I'm going to say. But beyond that moment, I couldn't be prouder of Corey. After graduation, he'll be serving our country as a member of the United States Air Force. And while we're talking about the commitment, Corey might be one of the best examples sitting on the stage. Corey, thank you for your willingness to serve something greater than yourself. We are proud of you, grateful for your commitment, and wish you nothing but success as you begin this next chapter. Kate Scott exclaimed in the hallway the morning she was called down for the Athlete of the Month. She says, "Mr. Gamar, I've golfed, played basketball and softball for years, and finally I get Athlete of the Month for cheerleading?" Not that it's a bad thing, but she's played all these other things. Madison representing her classmates at school board meetings and serving as a voice for her peers with professionalism and confidence. Our senior class presidents, Mooch and Nick, helping lead this class through an important year and keeping the traditions of this class alive. Natalie Bailey thriving in the agriculture program, serving as FFA president and becoming a leader both inside and outside the classroom. Natalie, I think it's safe to say Mrs. Bennett is going to be a little lost without you next year. You'll have to stop back and visit because I'm not sure she's quite prepared to let you go. Alex Drudock and I spent a lot of time together during the middle school years. Then recently, as graduation approached, she stopped by and said, "I'm almost there." And it really wasn't that bad. Alex, I don't know if you realize it, but that might be the most accurate graduation quote I've heard all year. And to some of the boys in the back, again, not for any particular reason, many of us spent some time together at one point or another chatting in my office about life choices, decisions, what the future might look like. Some of these conversations were easy, some of them were not, but every one of them mattered. Watching your growth over the last few years has been one of the most rewarding parts of my job. I couldn't be prouder of the young men you've become, and I hope you realize how much potential each of you has. No matter where life takes you next, keep making good choices, keep moving forward, and keep believing in yourselves the way so many of us believe in you. There is one more member of this class I need to recognize. The Halls of Blue Ridge are going to miss a very special individual sitting on this stage tonight. Caleb Hinckley lives for the little moments. He's never without a smile, and he always has a way of bringing out the best in the people around him. Almost every time Caleb would see me in the hallway, he'd shout, "Mrs. Webster, you're the best." I don't think I've ever realized how much that simple statement could brighten someone's day. Caleb, I want to return the favor tonight because you are the best. Your positivity, kindness, and ability to make people smile have left a mark on this school that won't be soon forgotten. Don't ever forget that. Those are the moments that make a class memorable. This year was one of the most difficult years of my life after losing my mother. Many of you may not realize how much your kindness mattered. The members of the National Honor Society and the Raider Buddies Project, the ornament tree, the ribbon used from my mom, and the support shown by students and staff helped make a very dark time a little brighter. You helped my family understand why I always say Blue Ridge is more than a school, it's a family. I missed the senior trip and some important moments I wish I could have shared with you. And it sounds like you had so many amazing memories on that trip. For that, I'm sorry, but please know how proud I am of all of you and how grateful I am to have been a small part of your journey, just a small part. As you leave here tonight, remember this. 25 years goes by faster than you think. Right, Mrs. Bailey? A lot will happen, you will change, you will fail at things. You will succeed at things, you will face adversity because adversity is inevitable. But as Lee Rubin reminded us, adversity is often opportunity in disguise. The question isn't whether challenges will come, the question is how will you respond when they do. Something difficult will happen, something unfair will happen, a plan will fail, and in that moment your mindset matters, not why me, but what's next. What am I going to do about it? Keep moving forward, stay committed. One day you'll look back on this moment and realize the same thing. The tests, practices, projects, games, performances, competitions, early mornings, late nights, that seem so important today will become some of your favorite memories tomorrow. Don't stretch yourself too thin, trying to do everything that you lose sight of what matters most. And wherever life takes you, Penn State, Syracuse, Westchester, Mansfield, East Stroudsburg, the military, the workforce, or somewhere we haven't imagined yet, put your whole heart into it. Because commitment is not negotiable. When you commit to something worthwhile, you discover what you're capable of becoming. Before I conclude, I need to recognize a few people who played an important role in making tonight possible. A very special thank you to Mrs. Haley and Miss Gillespie. Graduation simply would not happen without these two women. The countless details, planning, preparation, behind the scenes work that go into tonight's ceremony are truly remarkable. Most people will never know how much time and effort they invest to make this evening special for our students and families. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you to Mr. LaRusso, class advisor, for the time, dedication, and support you have provided this class throughout their high school journey, and Mrs. Bailey for your guidance and support. Thank you, Mr. Woodruff, our assistant principal, for his support and commitment to all of you. Class of 2026, thank you for the memories, the laughter, the stories, and the impact you've made on Blue Ridge. We are proud of you, we believe in you, and we cannot wait to see what comes next. Congratulations, Blue Ridge Class of 2026. Not yet, not yet, not yet. No, not yet. You might want to grab those because it wasn't yet. No, no. Everybody, please rise for the Blue Ridge alma mater performed by Miss Jocelyn McGill. It's okay. They did a left turn.
Where is?
Right here. Yep. Okay.
Okay. On the hills of green, like a stately queen, we behold the Blue Ridge high. Alma mater, thou lead thy students now to the paths our minds should follow. Hail to thee, O Majesty, teacher of the truth, guide and friend, with thee we spend these golden moments of our youth. But the time goes by, and the years will fly with the swiftness of the swallow. Then we'll go our way, but a part of us will stay in the halls of Blue Ridge High. Hail, O Blue Ridge High.
Now it's time. Ready? Congratulations to the Blue Ridge High School class of 2026. Congratulations, guys.